How you doing? How you doing? And how you doing, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Petty, and I appreciate you stopping by today. And I decided I wanted to have just a little bit of fun today, just a little bit. And we're gonna make a guide for Raid Shadow Legends, but not just a beginner's guide, not just a starter guide. This is a guide for everyone whose favorite streamer or favorite content creator just got sponsored by, and you guessed it, Raid Shadow Legends. Now, this company spends way more in marketing and advertising than they do in development. Right there, you should be like, oh, that's interesting. It's a little bit of a red flag, but that's interesting. Yeah, go ahead and keep that in your back pocket, okay? So, if one of your favorite content creators is sponsored by Raid right now, and you need to get to level 10 to help support the person you're with, that's great. That's great. I would love to give you guys a little bit of a hand, explain some stuff for you. I also want to look out for all of you guys, because essentially you are the targeted audience. You are what Raid is trying to start playing and start dropping a little bit of money. And that's fine. One thing I will warn you about ads in this game is that they are actually generated and targeted, meaning that you will get the ads and everything that you get are essentially tailored to try and bait you into buying. And when you don't buy, it will try harder and harder to get your money. So if you do want to spend money on this game and you're aware of a lot of the things that we might be covering here in a moment, you could spend a little bit of money in the game if you want. I'd wait a little while because they're going to get real desperate to trick it out of you. So go ahead and take advantage of the fact that they create and tailor their ads through an AI to just try and let me get just a little bit of you. When you start spending money in this game, you will go up in spending tiers and you will get less and less value for the things that you buy. The game will essentially be like, oh, okay, yeah, no, you spend money. All right, well, this is what you get. So I just want to make sure we're upfront and that disclaimer real fast. If you guys are going to spend money on this game, I'd probably wait a little while so it gives you something real good. But also to make you completely aware that spending money will put you up in spending brackets, and then the ads and the stuff that is for sale in the game will change based on that. That's crazy, right? That's wild. Anyways, we'll just keep driving right on past that. Another little history lesson that I just want to make everyone aware before we start going through actual tips is to circle back around to the fact that gacha games are more or less gambling. And things are always in the house's favor, of course. When you go to a casino, it is most likely to win over you. And that's fine. That's fine. But if you see signs of outright cheating, you might not want to go to that casino. Now, there was a bug that was, it might still be available and something that you can do, but it came out in February to March of last year. And essentially what this bug was is if you went in to upgrade a piece of gear or an artifact, what they call them in this game, you could essentially start that process, kill the internet either to your computer or go into airplane mode on your device, waiting to see how many times that it went, and then it would crash, and then that how many times that went up was essentially what you needed to do to upgrade it on the live server. So you would turn your phone or internet back on. You would go to a cheaper gear that was the same rarity for upgrade. So essentially, instead of a 6-star piece of gear, you would go to a 5-star that had a very low chance written in its top corner. And then you could roll that piece of gear for, say, 14 times if on the 15th time your game crashed in airplane mode. So you roll that 5-star piece of gear 14 times, and then on the 15th time you go to the real piece of gear you want to upgrade, and you do it once and it would go through every single time. Now, a lot of people just saw this as ad go away. We're talking smack about your predatory practices right now. Excuse me. Trying to stay in character here. We're trying to be sly about this. Most people took away from that was that, oh, this is a way to just save tons and tons of gold in upgrading. What I saw was that every time I clicked the button to upgrade a piece of gear, that there was not real RNG for me to get that. It was a predetermined, pre-baked number into my account. That's not okay. That's not acceptable in any game that runs off of RNG like this. Pre-baking your numbers and it not being a real chance every time I click this button for it to upgrade is a huge betrayal to how these games are supposed to work behind the scenes. And I can't trust a game that did something like that. If we were able to find that through a bug on the artifact system, where else are they using a similar mechanic in their numbers elsewhere? We're counting a lot of red flags right now. So obviously, if you guys haven't guessed it, this is a cautionary tale video for anyone that is trying the game out for the first time because their favorite streamer got sponsored and they're trying to get to level 10. All right, well, let's get to that part real fast. Quickest way for you to run through all of that if you're trying to just get in and get out for your creator, pay attention to your challenges over here, specifically your artifact challenges. Now, the first set of these will have you basically just farming the first couple levels of the campaign. You would think that your main goal is to just rush through the campaign as quick as possible, but they essentially build it so that you only get so far in and then it completely dead stops. And I'm not, that doesn't bother me from a development chance, because what this actually ends up making you do is go back and start really working on at least your main farmer and building them up. So you want to run through, a little bit of your campaign stuff and everything like that. The challenges that we mentioned are going to specifically have you farm these stages a certain number of times to get a certain number of gear drops from them before they'll count. And sticking to all that will get you through your 10 levels pretty quickly. If you're interested past that and you want to keep playing the game, but you are now aware that there are some issues, so you want to, maybe just be a free-to-play player so that you can't be manipulated by any of those practices, that's fine. That's fine. You can totally do that, boo. I got some more information for you there, too. I got more jokes. Let's be real clear about what I got for you right there. So, for those of you that are going to be more serious players and everything, but understand the company's history and are going to be protecting yourself and your wallet from their predatory practices, you're going to have to grind out some pretty cheap units to get you going. Now, you're going to be tempted because you're going to get a few ancient shards here and there. Save them. Quite frequently, at least once every 2 weeks or so at the very minimum, I want to say, you'll see this thing glowing. And when this thing is glowing and giving off a special little fucking beam into the goddamn air, it'll be double summons for whatever thing that they're boosting, and they'll make it very obvious that they're boosting that. Saving up and hitting your first couple of those hard can be really impactful for free-to-play accounts. And you can get by with a lot of units that you can get from these mystical shards. Real quick, just to give you guys a few, your girl here will get you through some starter times. Your boy here should not be slept on. He has a skill where he gets one of your teammates to attack with him. That's free damage right there. We love that attack. That's a great attack for poor people. I don't think I have pulled him yet on this free-to-play account that I am messing around with. Let me see if I can find where my man's is. We're looking for Arminger right now, because Arminger is the strongest 2-star in the entire game, and is absolutely amazing. Where he at, though? Is he under here? Our boy might be under here. Is this him here? Yes! Pull green crystals until you get one of these bad boys and then start building him like he is not a 2-star, because this man shows up to work. It doesn't... Okay, so this attack is damage based on enemy max HP. This is your boss nuke for a poor man. There are some, 3-star units that are super, super meta. That if I referenced, you guys would be like, all right, well, that doesn't help me understand anything. Where's our girl at? Coldheart is the boss murderer. This is like one of the best units that you could get at 3 stars. She is absolutely insane. Arminger is a poor man's version of that. So I just want to go ahead and make that connection for you guys now. If you get this, that's godly. But your boy Arminger can be pulled out of them green crystals, and that man will do some work for you. And you essentially just want to build those characters out. Yeah. Just do your challenges, boo. Just do your challenges. I don't want to like go into a dungeon breakdown and start making this like a real beginner's guide and everything. There's tons of those out there. But again, we specifically want to talk to the people that are checking this game out because their favorite person is streaming it. Be careful, guys. Plarium 100% focuses on new player acquisition more than any other thing with their entire company. It takes them a very, very long time to push out new content. There's very heavy pay-to-win elements throughout this game. Tournaments, those sound cool. These end up being money traps 9 times out of 10 trying to really compete in them. So they're usually not worth it because whales end up bullying everything in there. And as you do better in those, it, just like your ads, will move you to higher brackets. So if you want to, keep up, now you've got to spend a lot more money than you did to be able to win the last tournaments. Going from like maybe spending $100 a tournament to having to spend like $500 a tournament. That's insane. It's not good. So be careful, boo. Every one of you, be careful. Events are, there's nothing really special to cover there. Don't buy the mine. Everyone will tell you that it's super, super worth it, and you get your money back and everything. Unless you're spending real money on this game, that's honestly not worth getting for new players. You will get more out of saving your stuff for packets when there's 2 times events than you'll get any benefit out of having a mine as a free-to-play player. I 100% do not recommend the mine as a free-to-play player. Unless you've been free-to-play and playing for a year and you see another year in it for you, then sure, boo, go for it. But no. And yeah, that's it. Just be careful, guys. This company has a long history of not having its consumers' best interest at heart. When most of your strategy is around just getting new people, that's not a strong sign that they're committed to their product. Just more that they want to get it in front of more people. And the way that their systems are designed in a predatory nature explains why they're constantly going after fresh blood. So this stuff is all my opinion and everything. Take it with a grain of salt. I spent over $1,000 on this game when I was playing it. That is my fault due to poor self-control. I also was just starting my YouTube channel and thought I needed to spend money on my account so that I had an account that was worthwhile enough to make content on. And for anyone that's ever thinking of being a content creator, you do not need to spend money on games to make content. You can really, really damage yourself financially doing that. I luckily was not that bad off from spending my $1,000 on the game. The company I was working for at the time was giving multiple bonuses out throughout the year. So at the time, it was a mistake that I could afford to make. But it's very easy to not be in that position. So be very, 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 very careful. And be aware of all the stuff. It would be a good idea to Google Raid Shadow Legends, drama, controversy. Do a little bit of history reading. This isn't one of those games that I think people should go into blind, not knowing about the game's past. I think that is a very crucial piece of information, because you can still enjoy and have fun in this game knowing all of that. You're much less likely to give them your money and, you know, be wary of the practices that you know are being used against you. You can still play this game and have fun. I know tons of people that do. But for you new people, good luck. Good luck. I hope I've given you some helpful information on this. If you guys want guides on real stuff regarding Raid Shadow Legends, check out Darth Microtransactions. Check out JGigs. Those guys are absolutely awesome. And there's a ton of great creators in that market. But, you know, just be careful, guys. Be careful. A lot of these streamers and everything, like, the whole reason that we're actually doing this video was one of the people that I watch a lot, Ash on LOL. She got sponsored by him, and I was like, oh, God. Well, you know what? I'll go ahead and get to level 10 real quick. It's fine. It's fine. But I could tell from the way that she talked and everything that she didn't know a whole lot about the game or the game's history, and that likely her audience wouldn't either. So, you know, just got the idea of like, oh, we should make a video for those people, because, oh, they need one. They need one more than they need a beginner's guide. That's all I'm gonna say. So just be careful, protect yourselves. Don't let, you know, some of these predatory practices get you, and just be aware that they exist and that those systems are in place and constantly moving and changing to try and get some money out of you. And just protect yourself, boo. Alright, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all stopping by, and gonna have to catch me on the next one, because we're out of here. Deuces.